Beach boy been gassing. High tech, high fashion. This swag everlasting. Come on, girl, get it passing.
Alright, so yo, what is up, guys? It is Ricky Polarz, and it's time we're bringing you guys a brand new video. In today's video, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to play claw. And as you guys can also tell, this will be my first hand cam video, so it's gonna be weird and just different for me. So please make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe. That's a big bet. And before we get into this video, just drop a comment on the next video you guys want to see. But alright guys, let's get into this video and let me show you guys how to start or how to play and use claw. Alright, so guys, if you guys don't know already, I just recently switched to claw, and I used to play standard where I just, you know, use my controller like this, as you guys can see. But now I switched to claw where I play like this, and I always have my thumb on my joysticks. And it's just a lot different than standard. Obviously, if you guys are watching this video, you guys either are just learning how to play claw or you guys want to switch claw. So trust me guys, this is a lot different in certain ways, but there's also ways that it's the same. So I mean, it's obviously something that you guys have to practice on for a while and like to get good at it, because obviously you're not just gonna get good at it overnight. It's something that's hard and it's something that takes time and that you gotta practice on. See me, I'm still even learning. I'm getting used to these binds still, because I just changed my binds and I'm still getting used to the function of claw. Like how I used to play, I used to take my finger off my joystick to click these buttons right here, as you guys can see. And now playing claw, I keep my thumb on the joysticks at all time, and I only click these buttons with my pointer fingers, as you guys can see. And all these buttons right here obviously function for something different, and I don't use my thumb at all. Sometimes my thumb slips and I accidentally hit like X to click these buttons, or maybe sometimes when I'm in a fight and I like choke a little bit and accidentally might hit one of these buttons with my thumb, because obviously I'm still learning and I'm still getting used to it. I've only been doing claw for about a week or two, so you know, it's something I'm still learning. Obviously I'm not no goat at it yet. I'm pretty smooth with it, but I'm not the best, and I'm just trying to give you guys tips, because obviously it's something that I've been learning how to do. It's something that I've been practicing. So make sure you guys just watch this whole video if you guys want to learn how to do it. But I'm going to show you guys where my fingers go and what my fingers do and all that, because that's a big question that a lot of people ask when they first switch to claw or when they want to switch to claw. So as you guys can see, what I do with my hands is, as you guys can see as well, I have a scuff right here, but I do not use the paddles on my back. Like you guys can see my paddles right here, I don't use these at all. I know you guys are like, yo, why do you have a scuff and you don't use your paddles? Well, that's just because I'm switching to claw, and I don't know, maybe later on I'll learn how to use them with claw, but for now I'm just not using them at all. And I just hold my controller and I just have my fingers like back here. I don't touch the paddles at all, and then I have my bottom fingers down here holding the controller, and then I have my two pointer fingers up here, and then I usually have my two middle fingers right back here so I can click these buttons. So as you guys can see, this is how I hold it. So I have my bottom two fingers down there at the bottom, so I can obviously hold it, and then I have my left pointer finger right here, and I have my middle finger right here just to hold the controller, so it's more stable and everything. And then I have my middle finger right here on the triggers. Obviously this is what I use to switch my guns, to shoot and all that. And I use my pointer finger on this side to switch guns, to aim. And the only thing that's different from each side is my pointer finger on the right side of my controller. I use to, you know, press triangle, circle, X, and then square. And obviously mine have all different functions. And if you guys want a controller settings video, make sure you guys drop a like on this video and comment, because I will be making a new controller settings video, because I did change a lot of my binds. So as you guys can see, triangle on my controller pulls out the switch mode, circle is to pull out my pickaxe, X is to jump, square is to reload. So what I have to do, instead of clicking X with my thumb to jump, is I have to hit it with my pointer finger. So I'm gonna do 90s. As you guys can see, I'm using my pointer finger to hit X. Like, it's really hard because I gotta do this really quickly, because I use my pointer finger to hit confirm. For my edits, I also use it to reload. I also use it to jump. So I mean, the pointer finger is probably the most used finger out of these all, just because that's what I'm constantly moving. So when you switch from standard mode to claw, you guys can obviously tell you guys are gonna have to practice that a lot and get used to that. That's something that's probably the hardest thing to learn when you first switch to claw, is using your pointer finger for all the buttons, because depending on what you guys do in standard mode, it's probably differently used than what you're using it for claw, obviously, like I was saying before. One thing that you guys need to know when switching to claw is don't give up. Like, either way, I know it's gonna take long to get used to. It might take long for you, it might not. Like, honestly, it's different for each person. But all I gotta say is don't give up. Practice a lot in creative. You guys can do edit courses, build courses, all of that. Like, I'm still learning myself. Like I said, I'm not no god or anything now, but I'm decently smooth with it. You guys can see in the gameplay. Like, I can do some decent stuff. But my editing is a little bit, you know, I'm still getting used to that because I gotta hit confirm with my triangle. Nothing too slow though, as you guys can tell. I can still edit fast. And honestly, I would say claw is probably the most efficient way to play Fortnite just because it's a lot quicker. And another thing that people got to know too when you're playing claw is it's all about muscle memory. And when you're using normal standard mode, you guys are moving with your thumb, obviously. And when you got to quickly jump, you got to take your finger off the joystick to either reload, you know, pull out your weapon, whatever your guys' binds are, jump. You got to take your thumb off of this joystick. So you guys are moving a little bit more choppy. And when you're playing claw, you can just smoothly look around, as you guys can tell. And obviously to jump, I don't gotta move my thumb at all. All I gotta do is hit X with my pointer finger, as you guys can see. It's different how each person does or holds the controller when playing claw, but I'd say the way that I'm doing it is probably one of the most popular ways. The most common way is how I'm holding it. So if you guys wanna learn this way, then that's okay. But there's also YouTubers or famous YouTubers or just pro Fortnite players who always keep their fingers like this, or they use their back ring finger for their trigger, middle finger for their bumper, and then they hold it like this. Like, you guys can do this. That might be a little bit hard, and it's like a little bit more like squished in, especially if you guys use a PS4 controller. And by the way, guys, just to let you guys know too, if you guys are using an Xbox controller, same rules for you guys. If you guys are using, I don't know, there's probably Nintendo controllers, you guys can use the same for every controller. Use claws, pretty much basically use the same. Obviously each controller, the buttons are, you know, a little bit farther apart or closer apart. Obviously it all depends what controller you're using, but honestly it's all the same. It's all the same functions and muscle memory and all that. But what I would say for you guys to do is just make sure you guys practice either way. If you guys gotta do edit courses, look up edit courses on YouTube. You guys can find edit courses to do on creative. You guys can play zone wars with friends, just practicing creative. Because just know when you first hop in public matches, when you guys are first learning claw, it's gonna be super hard and frustrating. You guys are gonna wanna go back, but no matter what you do, don't go back. Like, don't give up. Just trust me, guys. It's something that takes time, and the outcome of you learning claw is gonna be so much more better than you guys not knowing it and you guys just giving it up. Because if you guys want to play standard, standard's perfectly fine. I was a beast playing standard. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But obviously if you guys are watching this video, you guys want to switch to claw, and claw is super smooth, super fun, you know. But that's mainly what I gotta say for you guys. Obviously you guys just gotta work on your timing for placement and all that, work on your finger movement. And using claw, you guys are gonna want to take a break after a while, stretch out your fingers, just because it can make your knuckles, your fingers, your hands just get sore overall. So that's just something you guys might want to keep in mind as well. And all the injuries and everything people say that claw causes, that's not really true. That's more like a myth, because there aren't really scientifically proven like articles or anything like that controllers actually give you like arthritis or like carpal tunnel or anything like that. Like, that's not true. People say that, but it's all like a myth. I mean, obviously if that is true, then our whole decade is gonna have arthritis or like carpal tunnel or something. Video games have been out for years, so I'm sure if something like that was to happen, we would have been found out and people would have found out ways on how to prevent that. If you're a gamer, you know about this already. But alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope I helped you guys learn a little bit more on how to use claw, how to do claw. Obviously, like I said, I'm still learning. I'm pretty smooth now. I've been doing it for some time now. As you guys can see, like, my 90s are actually super smooth as long as I'm warmed up. Like I said, this is my first game on, so I'm not all the way juiced like I would be. But this is just something I just wanted to show you guys real quick to help you guys out, because I wanted to answer some of the questions I had when I was first switching to claw. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. But alright guys, I'm out. Peace.